Hey, how's it going everyone? I am the college survivor. Let's talk about the movie that everyone's talking about. The movie that's ranked third highest of opening weekend sales of all time behind the Harry Potter finale and The Dark Knight. I'm talking about the movie The Hunger Games. If you haven't watched it yet or read the books, I'll try not to spoil for you, and maybe you should go watch the trailers on YouTube so you know what I'm talking about. And I said maybe because if you're someone who has only heard about the Hunger Games because your friends are talking about it or because there's just so much buzz surrounding this movie and the books, you should just go to the theaters the next chance you get and watch it because it's a good movie and it's well worth your $10. I would even go as far as to say don't watch the trailers because the trailers pretty much sums up the entire movie. At least it did for me. I'm one of those people who haven't read the books, and with exceptions to a few things here and there in the movie, I was pretty much one step ahead of the plot the entire way through, and that's not a good thing. Here's a comparison between the ratings of The Hunger Games and The Dark Knight on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm with the audience here on The Dark Knight, giving it a 96. A movie that's science fiction and fantasy, suspense, action/thriller. The Dark Knight is as good as there is. I give a lot of credit to writer and director Christopher Nolan for coming up with so many twists and turns in The Dark Knight. The whole movie was like one crazy roller coaster ride, which isn't the case with The Hunger Games, I feel like. I don't always agree with the critics' ratings on Rotten Tomatoes, but 85 is a fair rating. I give a lot of props to anyone who dares to criticize this movie because if you look at any reviews that gave this movie a Rotten Tomato, there are so many comments made by diehard fans saying things like, "You suck," "The Hunger Games is the best movie ever." Like, everyone needs to just calm down. The reason why I would give this movie an 85 is on character development. I just didn't feel enough of a connection with these characters. I'm sure people who read the books could fill in a lot of gaps in the characters' development, but for someone like me, I wanted the movie to make that connection between me and the characters. It sucks for me because the chemistry wasn't there. I also mentioned that I felt like I was one step ahead of the movie, and I really did feel that way. I obviously knew people were going to die in this movie, but the way they died and how they got killed off didn't surprise me. My expectations for this movie were set way too high. I think that was the problem. And the way the movie ended was just way too unsettling. It just wasn't a satisfying ending. Even though I know it's supposed to be a trilogy and the story continues or whatever. No, I've seen trilogies before, and for some reason, I feel that Hunger Games left too much of a loose end. Like what I'm about to do right now for this video.